mona na indo mwancho murigererio Ndizi TV na bubwansu bwo mugusingo yena kwabere go kwego kya ase miroberero yegetasenie kiga cyaragire tinse isato cyabona magoroba ekarango kwarigania SMS ya mayango manyaina kwarigana iri asenchera ere yobekirano ritanganike imatika turayanyora asenchera yobwenge
Pangkala ke tu atagor tu imya ke bre yetire etometa asibius kya jeki to kombete aba murasaba
Yamateye makuru sububo korera bwene bwabo bwako maine isa uyoberera sengendu etanyo mutienyi oyo moko bwatikana no kumusana na kuoboremo.
The two people who have been in charge of the mortuary, I've sent them away today.
Babere ko butwemere masengendu ya KTRH no mugavana we county ya Kisii ko bwatikana no bokoreri obube.
Consequently, the PG nominates the following members to lead our team in this process.
Abachumbe batana na babere ba Kenya kwanza gochorwa sogo cha korachi ngwane echo chirakoreke gati ya serikali nensemere kwa miriri ya serikali. Mwancho murigereria yo munaenda mankengo kwariganira ngumanya senchera ere yobwekirano ekarango nyoro nabako endera gotonyora sensemere ya Facebook Ndizi TV News Digital asensemo ya YouTube Ndizi TV News aso mutandao Twitter nabako twitwetera @Ndizi TV News boigo sangena intwe keregerere kyao wetera se namba era se screen ere tariane Evelyn Osero tokubwaterana nere Joshua Uta kwene kyawo ikeire asensemo yebimanyererio gokwariganira cyake korwa se county ya Kisii awase committee eri etenderete obokori Gusii obokoreri ase county assembly ya Kisii yachaka bene gotegerera ekina ekyo kiabegete ekyo gekugania okorusi wa kwe wizara y'obokoreri bwe serikali Gusii County Public Service Board nigo committee eyo yabage komera nabo bisa ko be board amo naba wakili ibabo egate yaria board eyo ko bage kumochi wano gotakora emerobere mekirano kubwatikana no kuri kwemeremo kwa bakore meremo ase county ya Kisii asikere nati ni go batali kobeka senchera yobwasio ku nabo igo gwikirania richiko ririganiire nabona nigo ekine kinaendekera agendere gotegererwa aboritkoria ankyo.
It was our request for documents and I was just laying a basis. Based on that, if you're to look, Chair, and if you allow me, if I'm to refer you to paragraph 34 and paragraph of the main petition and paragraph 7 of the supporting affidavit. The petition says that he has since written to the Kisii County government, requested for information under Article 35, and the information has been passed to him. Allow me just address a letter by us, by my colleague Henry Mogusu, which was asking for what is now known as the human resource report. There's a report that we all saw on social media and in news and have widely seen being shared. I don't know, Chair, whether you have that report. I have not, as a counsel for the respondents, members of the County Public Service Board, had an opportunity to look at that report. I wonder then, Chair, how we are going to sit and deliberate in the absence of that report, which is basically, if I'm to get there, if I'm getting it right, the basis of what we are dealing today. So that, Chair, if you don't have the report, we don't have it. What are we doing here? So that my request, and my colleagues have referred you to Article 195 that you very rightly pointed out, that you have the power to serve and call for that report.
Hotikana nayo nigo mugavana we county ya Kisii Paul Simbara tiritkoria rero abagagutara weka sengendu yenyegetari ya Kisii Teaching and Referral aso kurgereria obokoreri asengendu yekerobono yaberige gotebekana buna nigo obokoreri botari oboikiranu korengana narati nigo ate abagakubuta abakore mbere mu babere na otana nigo bagochia gokora maunchorere eryo kwenekia buna obokoreri borobuya bwabere bokoenekiwa ase engendu ya KTRH omurike itonde mo Stephen no roboti urwaso bwime
bama birase kifamily kiri kyabwate obororo obonge abangi nabalingo badengeki nabarora pole nkerigo cyo koiroreka na daktari asaya lazima abe kama aliarosigwe umuntu nalenda ngaki kuba agiya mpaka none abantu nabakunywa ne chaeme
kagukwana n'abariki bamang'ana magia aratinigaene kiribu na gatia bateneri benkendu eyo nigo babeire n'obworo n'obukoreri obo base kasi ase babere babo bakwe karamu emambia rero
lakini ntu konyara umuntu okule naende tunyare ko chifamily emechanda yokolengereria abantu kunya bakore gasigaiga na abaserero na abaserero once abagaka abo bana bwabo twabasoke bagenda buya bagenda buya bakorusya none umuntu osire nyakitali gaiga bamubika n'ibitambaa byonse n'ekimatress emashini enatera bagende ikyana bawonjoka bapimira nestima amayiga naende nga ebirengereri byabo nga kibawusalira simba elieta
ngati yachinjira chokoronge yobokoreri asenkendu eyo nige serikali ye county akorera monchureri asaba koreri nobokoreri asenyagitali eyo asa abantu basemi gukoira gati emibere megene ase chinkendu chinde okoba KTRH nige bwatambage 52 na biruka yokugacha emibere
na directly ngaki emochari eli enkoro abantu bonsi bibakoretu n'abasikali nkoro wasiwere emibere be kuororo kifriji chikore gas na mwira nirigaiga na motebiri chimashini chonsi ipias machikoleki chikore gas igo daktari maategali and I'm directing immediately renovation yanze in another 1 month igendo kelikera tukule emochari ichire esbono iga ntagetenga kichi mocha nechi nyinge tobwate mubasa koleta bantu gaiga basirire babe kwes mitigo mpaka makondanse osoka koru hose umubere tigatule ndemebereria
korwa igase enkendu ya Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital nigo mugavana we county ya Kisii Simbarati anarire kwena kibuna amoncheri amanena anyare koba ase obokoreri wenkendu yensemeye asa genete buna emechando ya bairo rasa matuka maega tego chikobo rasa matukare bosio kolipoteria Ndizi TV korwa igase enkendu ya KTRH area tariane Ndemo Steven
Miyamo no muri Ndemo Stephen ase oroboti oruya matemo kurwa ensemo ya sugubo nigo ya zoririe oboine korokana erioko Rusia umubere bwoyo mwabo yoberira sengendu ase kagyo wetani omutyenyo yomo eyenkubwatikana no kumusana na kwamangana yoburemo ayaberega koenekiwa ase amate ya nyagusira muri Josephat Anise no oroboti oru
Ekenyoro negia subuge gotoka ime wodi nyacheki gitaseni Ndizi TV yekirana singa nyagusira abeli ongero mwega uyotaranyara kobaga kweni gwa gwetania omutinyo yomo onyare kobaga koera
chinyumba ngagage tu atagoretu emyaka ibere yetire etometa CBUs kinyacheki tokombete aba murasaba tata na mama tata garwara agakwa tata ogundire mocheriare okorre mutinyo yomo echi wiki ibere
unanchenka bwati myaka almost 50 ekoti yoda yachitenka iga tutagurira tukaendi market yari no tumenyete na paka wachi kurumbara roro mugako rwari rusirire
achitaka rwara agasira mocha riale wono nigo kumusana na korororo kifamilia nga tali gotugutua asubule muri bwa ya satagorere tukurwa abagoteba ngati gotugutua asemonge yaringi
undire mocha riga kia samabira uno mu gakono gaiga na iguretu wono bari kumuruka ngomumenyi
kurende omuchando bwokungusana nangayi onyalete kobogo chakera
iyo wono mumuro yo manene ka aliko kuruchi namba maina tutamanyete akarwaro rakayerikira umumura oyo apeliongero mwega mane yaye yetario tarenge buri mubwaye amonge ibono igamna mumuro minta achitegosira ne robo familia rate mogiro yo romo mumuro manene bagote abanga agende kwaniwa ase amonge iyo ere mamincha ya ngata buri mutali buri mubwaye no buri mubwarenge bono botigari tubina monga bogocha gwakanwa yani bogocha gwatana nwa saba murabatano
aba batanga to mwaka tatu kutu nchikasi ncheito abandi bara America ntoma etiyo sababa agotobunia Kupo mnu kuito. Bawa tanga tata tukutu aroro ngachi kutukutu ya monga. Na monga tali por mbuga ya teritu na sokoro na maokoro. Ni kenyoro yose na bukia mwate por bwa igagu.
Yamate ibo igo nigo yatebire yanyareko bagikurinwa anene barrio permit elinde banyareko bakomwenia omwanchu wabo.
Eria kabere barrio permit bagakana materugwa ukiase marehemu. Eya tana kuruba kabono ende diswali ndiringa ngiya kogera permit yego kanwa ikiagera na nere right yo monta gwe permit asa gutugutwaro ina matari mangana bali bakurwe permit
to agendera sumu subject no barrio permit yeko liko batukani ngambali ko yedwa. It is now a month and each week plus mugakali mojali
nonyena bo engeini gwanyareko bayikwire bitambukero gati yabo kwendekenga banyareko bagutarira abisiyo mo DCC anene bwe sub county ya Nyamache.
Barrio permit bina yatangiruga twatemire kunyo bori kurwase ase DC na chetega challenge tare 15 ne battalion ni anena sana y'abantu kurwa visi kurwa runs bagatebanga ngaba kolire ntekyo lakini challenge kabarabunga ate babo boli mbatagete ngasa gutugutwa ngando gurugaria onekere DC yakuborigwa yakurwe condition gochiase umusabchivu nga alike nande indicate nsenga asa gutugutwa yagutugutwa asaka pisi yakukalenge kemonga ruguru akukatalenge portion yayo
bono nigo enge yanyareko bagikoboria eserikali nyareko bagweseonania ilio kwenekia buna yanyareko bagikwenyorero boene omugaka abiriongera anyareko bagakwenigwa ase enchira ya maskani
akimodokoni twaro biruguru ntwanya kuri nyomba cyonse bagatagora embwate bakabachukuru bano tutumba ine nyakekino batomenye tegasi
eserikali yenyororo na balibo na bintu byonse bibire concern tafadhali tubasabanga mu incline motubuga teliringa neliga obwana bororekane mugakanya ariko nyora sagututu
kuripoteri gataseni kia Ndizi TV kuruika nyorugia subugo igego toka meye ward Nyacheki meye constituency ya Bobasi meye county ya Kisii Lieutenant Josephat Amese
Mia mono murikeito Josephat Amisi ase oroboti uru ekiombe kia Solidarity Foundation ngekenderete kurobo seme ucha sabanto bunenchire ye moyo kubakonya wetanga korwase amabe yechingencho au nigachire magega ye bikore by'abantu weita obotimongi nabo igo ogusari wano gokururo kwa bantu kwabero koenekiwa ase chinsemo au anene ase orogongo rwa Gusii twali lero nigabwatani korwase ekiombe kyo batarera abamenyi bensemo ya kitutu chache imeye county ya Kisii omurikeito job manki noroboti urwasobwime
Maga yoko kina wekerengo kia bantu bakwerusia amagimabo ugotacherwa nse kwa bana na boigo chisegi chegenka nige kiombege International Solidarity Foundation keira egetambo kero kyo basemya bamenyi bensemo ya nyaigwa esabu county ya Marani county ya Kisii
kenyoro na intu eto nyare kobora ninga ngakitogo kora tunya ukore mechande ya tokira se kitu chache not igega Marani Uchando mutangani oyore obosarigu osogotachero kutse kwa bana abaiseke nabamura iri akire konya kwanenga abamura baru konya bari babosarigwa nondita yoko kwana egi yakabere nesegi ya nyomba eyi abeire nyinga ase Marani sub county nero egandereta gutira
omwegereri bwa bwene bwa mwanyabanto Esnas Nyaramba nagikeria agokina kwebikoro bunebyo
asa mangana ngina defilement kiro monto tigairo mwana ngino mwana wayo roro mwana olio nyare botaete gochigosari ngino mwana ogo kiro montatu aira nasenya saa twangame twensi kwa sasa bana yikeire ni kama it is a problem kwa ye community
nasaba ya matego cha amo elinde korwania ebikoro bunebi na bayiboli kolenda abana babo
serikali yeito aba chief beito assistant chiefs anyumba 10 community policing tobuaterane ngekero monta koreri gosa se community ntoko mubisa tobuaterane akorkira tinsemo
omokonji mumugambi esabu location ya Megogo location ya Megogo Clofas Bosire narwa ekuro entindi kuchia sibali baratoke na mamocho yokunereria abana obwene bwabo bunamba chikoirerwa egetambo kero egetindi
onye kwabere no mwana olenze ye myaka 12 wasibirumisi batari kwewe between emyaka 12 paka 16 ekesibukia na bageko range between emyaka 20 na 30 Igo bwate nige susune kenene sana sabantu kubakurerenga muntu ndiwa staba sako aba kwa attempt gukora egento kenga bunyekya sexual assault muzo gotubonga abana
ensemo y'abali baikira nasa amageria yo mbagokera obosemi banyora na goteba mbochi kubakonya anene mono kugenderia amate
twasomiwe igoro yo okoriboti amang'ana ya abana kera basarigwe no eno mung'ina kera asarigwe
igo twabwente komenya no bwanchania ase chinyumba twateberania neba nyumba togosoe serumu twanyora twanchaine aende kero kende ogotuma abana chinsa chiaerire tonyare koba togotiga twatuma abana kero chinsa chire boronge nali batanyora mang'ana munayunjira munaya twasomiwa gender based violence
asa bamenyi basabo gwaka oroboti asaba gambi n'abanyanyimbo ekero egekoro gyokuniriria obwene bwa mwanya bantu kyabeire nabo igo gwaka oroboti ase nambeye
tina matoto mekere common igere 1196 eyemo kianda isanemo ekero kolike nambeye konyo kolike rieta riago konyo koliko sene message ngi kyabeire teligo toletera ngaki okorokwa unless yayo meno gokorikeria tali yao na nditeligo to namba yao ya simu lakini ogo tolikere kenyoro nyore ko senya igwa ga gotanga gotinde nya igwa umochio nyarebe umochibu nyarebe umochio nyarebe ndo kiabeire so tuwaje bakomochiori twanyara gokonyo mwana uri ondata maitinga ni moto koraki ngoto tomago choro
kurwa sekinyoro kya Nyaigwa esabu county ya Marani county ya Kisii ginko reporter ya Ndizi TV Job Maangi
Miyamano omurikeito Job Monkey ase oroboti ururikirani tugotikana nayo nigo omurikyo butamba ase kiombege korigereria obokoreri bwe county Recho Tundo amuborire omugavana bwe county ya Kisii Paul Simbarati kwenekya bunangwa ngo yare ogosokya kwa marieta yabakori emirimo embeo korengana na Utundo nigo emero ogosenige nganeyo etenenetie emeroberio emenge ya serikali ya county ya Kisii ekyo gekoirania magega amagenderero
Tundo secretary as Gusii governance ward. Wanted to look around the governor what we call staff audit, and it took a lot of time. For colleagues see you after calling staff audit. One of the time, either not to they were ghost workers who are above around 1,300. They are not telling what has he done to the ghost workers in a care cleaning, a payroll, and how much has he saved, and what has he done with the savings. Or what is he intending to do with the savings so that we can be able to understand where we are going. If you have one audit here, it was a lot of money because he said the audit firm that was doing the job about welcome 10 million. When we want to see value of that 10 million, after having spent 10 million and more, how much have we saved? We want to understand where are we moving to. Because at the moment, even though we are not understanding what is going on, one of the understanding by this time, we got up his game because it is time for him to deliver. Even to promise it, now we want to see them being done. In as much as a country, that little money that comes, how much has it done? We also want to understand what is going on.
Omurai wense Dr. William Samoei Ruto niga kwanira obokoreri ase serikali mateni atayo asikeria aterubune serikali yae nigerengete kwene kiabuna chibesa chigotumeka ase obokoreri bwogoikirania magendero ase abananchi nigo chikorwa ase serikali okona chinga kichoko bwato koroboti ruo obokoreri bwe serikali memuchio Nairobi Ruto nigo ateba boigo buna ebanko nechigo keiwa ase chinsemo au bunenchire yemo yoko abananchi chinga kinyororo cyo wakana ebango yabo asenchire bwenerete nabo igo asichinga kichibwenerete.
We are well on course in running a stable economy that is not dependent on unnecessary, excessive borrowing. It is the first time that we are having delayed salaries. Yes, it is the first time we are having delayed salaries. But it's also the first time we are having such monumental debts. I want to assure the country that that is managed. We have turned the corner. All I assure the country is the commitment I made that we are not going to borrow money to spend on recurrent expenditure, including salaries. We will not continue the old tradition of borrowing money to pay recurrent expenditure, to pay salaries. We are going to pay salaries from our own resources. We are going to carry out our recurrent expenditure using our own resources. And we have moved our fiscal deficit to 5.7%. Our target is to take it to 5% next year and 4.4% the following year, so that we can work within the parameters of the resources that we can raise as we grow our own tax revenue. There are some taxes we certainly are going to reduce in the coming budget, because some of the taxes are punitive and they actually encourage more dodging than paying and compliance, so that we can make it much more easy for citizens, corporates, and all the people that work with us to comply.
Na wataniko rwase serikali ya Kenya Kwanza nigo babachorire abarai batano na babere abo barachikora ase chinkwana ekyo kirabe kigokoreka gati ya serikali nensemerie kwamiria serikali batano na babere abo ngamona Bona Lwale, George Murugura, Esi Okenyuri, Mwebi Mtuse, Lydia Ika, Hilary Sigei na Boigo Adan Keinan abo bachorire gokwana chinga kiekyo nigo abarai abo batebiruna nigo bagochia kwenekia na babwatranire ne serikali eriyo bokoreri boroboronge koenekiwa gochiase abananchi anene aso kubwatia richikorie katiba.
The parliamentary group agreed with the president on the need to govern the country in accordance with the constitution and the rule of law, appreciating that the constitution of Kenya gives parliament the singular mandate of resolving all issues that are of concern to the people of Kenya. The parliamentary group meeting agreed with the president on a parliamentary bipartisan approach in resolving such matters. The parliamentary group reaffirms our commitment to the rule of law and constitutionalism and appreciates the role of the opposition to oversight and criticize government.
However, as a PG, we affirm our support to the efforts made by this government on policies that are geared towards stabilizing our economy, lowering the cost of living, creating jobs and incomes for majority of our people, and ensuring inclusive growth, because that is a contract that the Kenya Kwanza Alliance signed with the people of Kenya. As a PG also, we resist the attempts by the opposition to force or blackmail the government to implement failed policies of the last regime that drove the country into economic mess, including the corruption-ridden consumption subsidies, irresponsible borrowing, and gross fiscal mismanagement through the state capture.
Omurai bwabake ase bunge nene ya serikali Opiyo Wandayi niga mochirie serikali kubwatikana nogo konga kubugima na boigo okubora wechibesa askiri agoteba buna nogo tero beria bwikiranu ase obutumiki wechibesa chia serikali okwanira iguru yo gutakanwe mesara kwa bakore mirimo be serikali. Wandayi nigo akumeirie gosaborire serikali kwenekia buna ngo asiokiere na kichibesa chigotumeka ekogera none no bagi wechibesa gochia sechi county tibora.
We did raise an alarm over the financial catastrophe building up in the country, with indications that we are facing bankruptcy as inflation reaches new highs, food prices skyrocket, and the country's finances dry up. We believe that this near collapse of our finance sector is exacerbated by high government and priority spending, high taxes that have hurt businesses, massive loan obligations to China, weakening shilling and foreign exchange reserves at their lowest level.
Ekiombe kia banyagetari ya Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentist Union KMPDU nigo kia boririe ekiganche kinene ya serikali kubwatuka chibesa ase serikali chech county eri kugayana amakongu au ase ensemo yobochenu gukwana aba obisakuru ase kiombe kyo nigo batebire no konyorwa ko wakana obisabo bochenu ase county nigo gokoreta egosererio yokoremaria obokoreri ase chinyagetari nabono nigo barure notice ya matuko 52 eryo kwegwari chiburi keranu gosonya taribo bachigokora umugiro w'emirimo.
Find it that the government has to prioritize healthcare. Healthcare has been considered to be an essential service in every talks of the government, both the national and the county government, but we see that to be different because the healthcare providers are not prioritized. And that's why, as we speak, we have those who work in the independent commissions, the police and the teachers, having not experienced the salary delays that the people in the counties are experiencing. It's a time that the government has to reframe the essential nature of healthcare workers and the essential nature of health service provision. As we ask this, we want to give a notice and put the county government on notice and the national government on notice that in the next 7 days, if they fail to comply, we are not going to give a strike notice, but each and every county, the healthcare workers will walk out awaiting for the government to react to these issues and pay the salaries.
Orabati oru abeire roko bwato kwa nense mitinireta mangana au chumi meyense nigoro koro kiabuna abasbati abanki mense ya Kenya nigo bakoreta masomo yebirengo au korende abanke babo nigo batabwati emirimo korengana noroboti oru abange tibali gokini wa ibirogo nonya babwate amasomo yebirengo byegoro ekere korenganiwa nabasacha.
There is a small proportion of women that increase at the higher management, but it is not significant. It's only a shift from 23% to 29%. So still, even in the national government, where we have the public servants, not the politicians, we are not doing well. Women's education also increased and men's education decreased, but more men were promoted.
Only 7% of women own non-agricultural land, meaning majority of women, their ownership of land is agricultural. Agriculture is susceptible to climate change. Agriculture is seasonal. So what does that mean even in terms of women empowerment, in terms of land ownership and diversification of the use of land?
The main aim of the Kenyatta University Women's Economic Empowerment Hub is to address the weaknesses between empirical research, because we are providing empirical research, and policies-driven ideas in this country. We want our government to use data that is authentic to either change, enrich, or influence or come up.
Obasombi ase parenene ya Meru Nairobi nigo bwatireni wako bwatikana no kurobekano ko kwaene kiwana baunchoriria anene abarundia ba boda korwa sensemo ya Chukaime county ya Tharaka Nithi abo bagania okobe kwa biara ko munyanyimbo oyobetega kumurasa omunyakero bwabana boda senseme yo Willis Mugambi magega yaye nigo mukomanda bwabanyanyimbo ase orobongorwa Eastern Rono Bunei abaga kumirana nabamenyabo asaba inekerya buna umunyanyimbo yona cheko rigigwa na kobwatwa eryo koimokirwa egetambukiro kebwenete korengana nerichiko chingakie chioni garwe segeto gochiase abasae gotiga gotumeka ebinyuwa byo gotindia.
Nimepata habari hata mimi mwenyewe mimi najua. Tulikuwa na timu imetoka Nairobi ya IPOA, IAU na DCI headquarter. Mara ngapi? Independent bodies. Ile askari aliua huyo Kiragu. Ile mtu aliua nani? Ile askari alipiga chema. Saa hii nikitoka hapa, hiyo askari atakuwa ndani. Sinzo? Bas. Sikiza hapa. Mimi siongee kama mheshimiwa ile yenu. Mimi naongea on fact. Umeongea maneno pombe. Sumsikize sasa. maneno ya pombe, OCS na county commander.
Kwikirega wano mwanchi omuriari nango korera maiya ye chinsa isato asenchera ere yobwikirane kerante tokumanya buna obomo buribo kwamireria serikali bwa Azimio la Umoja One Kenya nigo bwatokiro robotiro gotana nigo bagoche kogendera gokora emesangerekano yabo achinga kibaganyete bono chingwana chiabene gokoreka amone serikali achiekirenga kyo gwikirania amaganio y'abananchi korengana neri uko korwase umunyakirogo bwekiamekyo Wycliffe Oparanya nigo babona nigo barachikokora umusangerekano n'ababwatani ao ritkoria Lamisi nabo ritkoria Jumapili gokora umusangerekano monene bwo gusangerera birengererio kurwase abananchi kubwatikana ase usekorengana na keria kerabwatie ase chingwane cyo kirachi gokoreka uno manchi umurigereri nongo korraga maye chinsi satongo gwakirangambye mono asogochora ko bananchi bale bonse twabwatirana kwene kyawikeire asensemo gose asobwikiranu nabarabu gonko bakirangambye mono nyoro semero verionsi getoseni kya Ndizi TV na bakugenda gotonyora asensemo ya Facebook wetra Ndizi TV News Digital asensemo ya YouTube watonyora wetra Ndizi TV News asumutandao Twitter @Ndizi TV News waigo ekerengerero kyao na bagusangana into wetra se namba era se screen ya eretriane Evelyn Osero twawatirana na Joshua Uta kwene kya wikeira sensemo yebimanyerero na baigo Petronila Mukeira uyoene kya buna chibichanerio gicha wikeire asenchira ya bene twarubuligere boro bya semero verionsi na baigo obutko burabotoherero